2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They ain't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Lefty. Here we go. Ready!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 20. Man 5-7. Man 5-7.
And they'll run it here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards that time of the first. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for the defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit off.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Steps away to his left. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's it. 180. Hey.
Now Newton on 1st down. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. On play action, it's Wentz. He's going to launch this thing right out. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Set. 180. Great. On the ball.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Gun. Set. 180. Great. Gun. Hey.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out and out come the Eagles. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Gets past one man. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the
pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 short. Coming up the middle. Gets him there for a loss of about 9. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Brian Arakpo. Pushing through tacklers at the 30.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Keith Marshall hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 21-7. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Wentz. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The Eagles send out their punter now. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Here's Marshall. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a third down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bird. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 94 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Throwing on first is Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, other side, solid, solid.
Again, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Tapper in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Raymond now on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Hey.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
There you go. Check. Slam. Hey.
On 3rd down, that's Marshall. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Partner, from this vantage point, I would have thought they would have just wedged it in the middle and just put bodies in there and tried to move people to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. But they must have thought they had something to the outside and figured they'd break tendency and get there and pick up the first down. Unfortunately for them, the defense's pursuit was excellent.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. 20.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Do some. 4 down, 4 down. Set. Ready.
To throw on second down. Newton. That's Samuel. Caught left side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
20.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Here's Newton. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Brandon Graham. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Looking to throw on second down. Newton. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. The Panthers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Set. 180.
Now Marshall. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And Godot's kick is right through. The weight up now, a flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
That's right now. Great. Hey.
They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Trey Madden, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Gano out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Wentz to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down. We got to stand up over there.
Wentz now on 1st down. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Let's rock now.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On first down, Newton hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on second down, Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught at the 25. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 52 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Ready? 180. Hey. Go. Watch safety creeping.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Charles Tapper in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15.
Here we go.
Now Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
We got three, folks. We got three. Gun.
Throwing here, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Black.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Blue 80! Hey, stack. Check.
Now Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey. Let's do some. Hey.
Newton's going to throw it. And the pressure gets to him again. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Tight end right. You're set. 180. Check. Hey, get right down.
Here's Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Panthers, they're setting themselves up as a major contenders. They move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.